Assalamu alaikum. My name is Talha Mir and I am from BSPT and my topic name is Protech. Protective textile. Protective textiles belong to a large group of technical textiles with a wide application area, including the protection of wearers and or textiles against insects, heat, and fire protection for specific job of firefighters, water protection, protection against biological agents for medical applications, radiance. The next point is chemical protective clothing. Chemical protective clothing is used for protection from chemical and physical hazards. The chemical get absorbed into the human body by two ways: by physical contact. The chemical get absorbed through the skin inhalation. The chemical in gaseous state get absorbed into the body through breathing. Chemical protective clothing is used for protection of the whole body against toxic chemical which manifest their effect by absorption through skin. The durable chemical protective clothing is made of non-permeable textile fabrics. The protection is achieved by blocking the penetration and permeation of the chemicals through the fabrics in the clothing. This is an effective method for providing sufficient protection to professionals from contact of toxic chemicals. The carbon-containing material developed so far includes carbon-coated non-woven fabrics, carbon-impregnated polyurethane foam, hard carbon, microsphere adhered woven fabrics, and activated charcoal cloth. The next point is industrial gloves. Industrial hand gloves serve as an item of protective apparel for workers in factories. They are classified under cut/protection as well as thermal protection. Gloves are best for protection from rough objects, sparks, and heat, and for cushioning from blows in heavy-duty works requirements. Hand gloves are of various types: leather, knitted, nitrile, and sizes varying gauges. The material that go in the production of hand gloves vary from cotton, fabrics, and asbestos to variety of leather, aramid, etc. Gloves are widely used in industry and defense and cut/protection. Due to rapid industrialization, the use of industrial hand gloves is expected to grow considerably. The gloves used for industrial and general purposes are categories as leather gloves, knitted gloves, non-latex gloves, e.g. nitrile leather, knitted and nitrile gloves are used in industrial applications for protection and have accordingly been discussed in this section. The rubber or latex gloves are used for surgical purpose. The typical characteristics of gloves are like mild heat resistance, high abrasion protection, better grip with anti-slip coating, comfortable and durable protection against cut and hot splash for gloves made from aramid para temperature tolerance ranges from 250 to 750 centigrade. Nitrile gloves provide chemical splash protection. Other than leather gloves, the artificial fibers used for industrial gloves include Kevlar, Pyramid, Spectra, Basophil, and Dyneema. The next point is high visibility clothes. High visibility clothes, also known as reflective wear, have become very essential for the protection of people working in poorly lit environments like mines, highways, airport, runways, cyclists, etc. In the dark, the high visibility clothing increase the ability to spot working and guiding personnel. There are broadly three types of high visibility clothing: reflection materials which shine when struck by light, photoluminescent material which give yellow light in dark, fluorescent material which is more visible even during the day. Photoluminescent materials absorb the artificial light and emit green yellow light in the darkness. The major market for these products is primarily the armed forces and to a lesser extent NVC emergency response units like National Disaster Management Authority or central paramilitary units or other civil defense units, etc. So the next point is fire or flame retardant apparel. The fire or flame retardant apparels have an industrial need as they offer protection from fire and other heat intensive tasks, flame heat and splashes of molten metal, etc. are hazards in many heavy engineering working conditions. The fire retardant apparels are used in refineries, iron and steel plants, aluminum plants, and welding industries. The fire retardant apparels can be manufactured from two varieties of fabric: 100% cotton fabric with flame retardant coating or fabric made of inherently flame retardant fiber. The typical characteristic of the apparel are like flame resistance, must not catch fire, should be breathable, easy to wear, lightweight, should have high abrasion resistance. So, like high altitude clothing. High altitude clothing are used for protection against extreme weather conditions like extremely low temperature, high velocity, winds, snowfall, etc. Especially in critical combat areas like Siachen, the clothing at high altitudes needs to meet both functional and comfort properties. High altitude clothing is also known as extreme cold climate clothing. The high altitude clothing consists of jacket, vest, coat, trousers, glacier cap, rappelling gloves, and glacier gloves. The gear typically weight of special clothing is around 9 to 10 kilograms. The typical characteristics of high altitude clothing are like hydrophilic, waterproof and moisture resistance, breathable, abrasion resistance, maintain high integrity, resistance to quick wear and tear. The material used for this clothing is typically hydrophilic, polyurethane coating, Gore-Tex coating, or Sympatex coating. The hydrophilic properties are introduced by these coatings or laminates, microporous coatings, or to 10 kilograms. The typical characteristics of high altitude clothing are like hydrophilic, waterproof, and moisture resistance, breathable, abrasion resistance, maintain high integrity, resistance to quick wear and tear. The material used for this clothing is typically hydrophilic, polyurethane coating, Gore-Tex coating, or Sympatex coating. The hydrophilic properties are introduced by these coatings or laminates. Microporous coatings or laminates can be produced by mechanical fibrillation, phase separation, solvent extraction, or solvent exchange. So this next point is nuclear, biological, and chemical suits, HAZMAT suits. The hazardous material hazmat suits were designed to protect users handling hazardous waste material such chemicals, radioactive materials such chemicals, radioactive material, etc. A more specialized variety of these suits are NBC, nuclear, biological, and chemical suits. The suits are designed to be worn for extended periods. while continuing to operate in a combat environment. The NBC suit consists of a trouser and jacket and can be used directly over the undergarments. The suit is permeable and allows evaporation of sweat breathable. The suit is made of three layers: inner layer fabric cotton, middle layer active charcoal treated non-woven, outer layer is fabric with chemical and fire retardant fibers, inherently retardant. The physical characteristics of the NBC suit are fire or heat or cold or water repellent, outer fabric, breathable, effective in the temperature range of minus 35 degrees Celsius to plus 55 degrees Celsius, resistance to wear and tear, high abrasion resistance, can be decontaminated at least two times, washable, shelf life of 5 to 7 years. Thank you so much.